to me like.
Hey, where is everybody? My numbers are getting worse and worse. So what's up, Crystal and Butterfly Angel and Amber and Trish and Sly Angel, Jeanette, Cindy B, Miss B. What's up, guys? Sorry I was late. I was on Dietz's panel. Anyone win any gifted memberships lately? Actually, they did. What's up, Just a Mom? Hey, Yarn. Yarn, I thought we lost you. I thought maybe I was going to see you in Queen Bees or something. No. Hey, Joseph. Aloha. Can't stay, but I wish I could. Have you been watching the trial? Hey, True Texan. Trial is intense. Like intense. What's up? Yep. Hey, Kendra. Lots of things to tell you guys. Lots of things. You can chill at the hospital with me? Okay. I could do that. What's up, Carol? So first, let me tell you guys about chemo. I start on the 22nd. And I pushed it up because we have to wait for the cold caps to come in. But so I start on the 22nd. My copay for my insurance is pretty high. But once that's paid, everything is free. Everything for the rest of the year is free. And it's really not that bad. It's $850. So I'm trying to get like a grant and stuff. Like she said that she can work on it. I'm working on it. So hopefully I can get some grants. But she said actually it's really good insurance. She said a lot of insurances like $3,000, $4,000, sometimes higher. And then she told me that the shot that you get, like they call it, I don't know, everyone calls it different things, but you get this shot to get your white blood cell counts up. She said that's $17,000. $17,000. I mean, obviously I don't have to pay any of it, but $17,000. And she said that I forgot which kind of cancer, like if it's metastasized, I think. I forgot what the other thing was, but it's like $35,000 a shot. I'm like, holy crap. So yeah, crazy. I had no idea it was that much. And I even said to her, I go, why is it that much? So that's why insurance companies are through the butthole. But yeah, so she said that I actually have a very good plan, and that the 850 is my total out of pocket, and then I have, once that's covered, then they pay 100%. So that's good. So that means radiation is covered, like everything is covered. And right now the insurance pays 80/20, like I pay 20, which for the first chemo thing is like 873 or something. So after the first chemo treatment, everything is paid. Everything after that is 100%. So that's good though. So I'm kind of happy about that. But she said there are people that have deductibles. Like I don't have any deductible. And they said there are people with deductibles. That's what she said, Coffee. There are people with deductibles that are like $7,000, and they got to pay that first before they can get 100%. So that's what I said, Sly Angel. I was like, ooh, I need to get everything done this year. So yeah. So that's pretty good though. But she was telling me, a lot of, because I said to her, I was like, is this, yeah, my max out of pocket is 850. And then they cover 100%. So, and I said to her, did I pick a good plan? She said, yes. Your deductible is, yeah, I have no deductible. And the premium, it's like a $938 or $985 premium per month. But because I went through the marketplace, they actually cover it. See, yours 5,600. Yeah, no, it's whatchamacallit, it's only 850. Your max out of pocket is 95, and do not get cancer, Coffee, because that's crazy. So, but she said there are places that do grants for copays and stuff. So I looked into that. A lot of the places it's closed, but she said that she was looking into it too. She's like, these people, it gets eat up in like 5 minutes, but I'll see what I can do. I'm like, look, well, I don't know what to tell you because I ain't got it. So I don't know what to tell you. Maybe I can't do chemo. Oh, no, no, no. We'll work it out. I said, okay. So, but yeah, so I figure I'll get everything done this year. So it's good that it is February. So now I have a whole year clear. And what else? Trying to think what else. There was something else. Oh, about steroids, because they do steroids with the chemo. That's like what the pills are. But I told her, I said, I do not want to take steroids. I was like, steroids blow you up. I was on steroids before. I don't like the way they make me feel. So she said that they normally give, I think it was 8 milligrams in the morning or 8 milligrams. And I don't know if it's milligrams, but 8 something like twice a day. So it's 16. So she said, we can try starting out at 4. I said, that's fine. That works for me. So we're going to try it because I really I don't like steroids. They make you feel yucky, and then they blow you up and it make you feel fat, and no. Can you get your boob job? Yes, I can. What I'm looking into, Coffee, I'm looking into getting implants the same time they do the mastectomy, because I don't really see why I can't, because I don't have radiation, I don't have anything. So I heard that a lot of doctors are stating that you can. And then last night, I don't know if I said this to you guys yesterday. I can't remember when it was given to me. But somebody sent me something that I asked my oncologist about, but I have to ask my radiologist next week, that there's this new thing, like new testing that's been done with radiology, that if you are high risk for reoccurrence, but early stage breast cancer, radiation has been proven to work in 3 weeks instead of the standard 28, which everybody has 28 days. And I'm like, all right, that's awesome. So it, and the American Cancer Society actually put that out. They put out that it's been tested that high reoccurrence rate and low, it's 3 weeks, like 21 days instead of 28 days has done better than the 28 days. They feel like the 28 days is pointless. So I'm going to bring that to my oncologist. So hopefully I only have 21 days. We shall see. Steroids make you clean your house. They will do mastectomy and reconstruction. I hope so, because then the healing time is much better, because I don't want to deal with drains and all that other stuff and waiting 12 weeks. No, I don't have 12 weeks to do it. 4 weeks I can totally do, but even that's going to be rough, but we'll see. But as long as they can do it in the same day, I'm golden. Is there a maximum they will pay out per year after copay is paid? They didn't say anything. There's no cap. Son is covered for $6,000. The insurance will pay per year. No, dental's different. My dental won't pay more than like $3,000 or something. Right? But my dental's through totally different company. What's up? What's up, Fluff? And I think that's all I need to tell you guys about that. Yeah, dental's totally different. Well, when it comes to, by the way, for anyone that's worried about like breast cancer, there's a law that insurance companies must pay for breast cancer reconstruction. They cannot deny you coverage for they cannot deny you coverage for breast cancer. They can't deny you coverage for breast cancer with, thank you, Sammy. They cannot deny you coverage for breast cancer or reconstruction. It's like some law that was put into effect a couple of years ago. And many states, Medicaid honors it, not all. My state is not one of them. So, and starting the 22nd, or actually, no, that's a lie. Starting the 14th for Pink Day, breast cancer candles are going to go on sale. I am out of Valentine's Day candles. I got to take them off the website. I'm out. So if you want a Valentine's Day candle, I can make you a candle that I already have ready, put the Valentine's Day label on it. That I can do. But the Valentine's Day candles that are on the site are gone. What else? I'm trying to think what else. Oh, you get chemotherapy infusions every month. They're $6,500 each time. Wow. Yeah, see, I don't know how much they're going to be. Hey, Debbie. But as long as insurance paying it, I'm okay. Oh, the WHCRA law. Okay. I read about it a while ago. Thank you, Rhonda. Now I only need 804. My math sucks. 437. Hey, Twanda. I got this. I got it. Right, Winston, we got this. You got crappy in your eye. Whoop. Yeah, I'm not going to get it out now. Whoop. You're going to bite me. I love you. I love you. All right, we'll get it after. I knew you were going to bite me. I live by the WWSCS law. Chronicles of Olivia's on Banfield covering a TikTok story. I don't get Banfield. I don't get Banfield. I used to get it. I don't get it anymore. But honestly, I really don't care either way. I have, Christine. I've looked everywhere tonight. Everywhere is closed. Like everything for breast cancer is all closed. All the funding is closed. It's crazy. So if any of my researchers want to look, please go for it, because I've called just about everywhere. Thank you, Tits McGee. By the way, let everyone know Tits McGee is no longer with the jerk. She still supports them, but she's no longer with the jerks. I just learned this on Deet's panel. Oh, I don't have that service anymore, so I don't get News Nation. I don't get it live. Oh, you know what though? I think you get like 5 minutes of it. Let's see. It's a commercial now. Hold on. It's commercials. Very hard to find funny, but I know. Yep, if you can email me, that would be awesome. Because I hit every single place that it said to, and it wouldn't let me. I mean, there was funding for like about a different type of cancer. But I have a feeling that she'll be able to get it way more than I can. Like me trying to do it on my own is much harder than my financial officer at my place. Oh, really, Christine? They help with co-pays? Yeah, I was on Dietz's panel. I was there for like over an hour with bangs. I had to mess with bangs. News Nation is still showing me all commercials. I'll show you guys. Look. It's just commercial after commercial after commercial. That's all it is, commercials. So that's like the 9th commercial. Yeah, please do. Yep. Did find some smaller places that have low access barriers. I appreciate Bangs for the time and effort she has put in the last few weeks, I have to admit. Okay. Nothing will ever make me think she's not fucking crazy. Another commercial. I think this is just all commercials. Uh, oh my God. Everything is commercials. I'm giving this one more and I'm done. Yeah, this is all commercials. Sorry, I'm not watching News Nation commercials. Crazy again, 99% of YouTube is crazy. That is a good point. Good point. I think Deets is one of the best things to hit the YouTube streets. To Wanda, that's it. Now I'm hurt. I screenshot you and Banks' comments. Oh, dude, you don't even understand, Titty McGee. She stalked me on Queen Bee's panel, came up there. Why didn't I want to be her friend? Who do I think I am? It was bad. And I just kept leaving. She would jump panel to panel to panel. trying to know why I wouldn't be her friend and why I thought she was crazy and how dare I say these things. Oh, it was horrible. It was funny as fuck, though. They wouldn't do it for 2 years? But did you do it with a lumpectomy? Yeah, I wouldn't wait 2 years. 2 years, I get hit by a car and die. Alright. So I wanna get into the Harmony case. Alright, guys. If you did not see this afternoon, hey, Chrissy, if you did not see this afternoon, I am going to put out a trigger warning. Some of the details that you are going to hear tonight are stomach turning. Some of the details that you're going to hear tonight are going to make you want to punch your screen. Some of the details that you're going to hear tonight are enough to warrant the death penalty. I will give some commentary. I'm not going to play the entire thing. It's like 6 hours worth. But some parts are noteworthy. And everybody should see what this man did to his own child. I will, Twanda. What this man did to his own child. This is the most sickening. I mean, I was listening to her. I was like, oh my God, I want to punch her. Now, let me back up for a second. I know that some people believe in smacking their kids. Some people use a paddle. Some people yell at their kids if they cry. I understand there are parents out there like that. I am not one of them. I am only speaking when I give my narration. I am only speaking for what I know of being a parent. I think I hit one of my kids one time on the butt, and I felt really bad. I think. And I don't even remember. But I never hit my kid for crying. When we used to be in a supermarket, and this part was funny. When I used to be in a supermarket and a kid would act out, I would literally walk through the store laughing, and people would look at me. I'm like, yeah, I don't know who this kid is. This isn't my kid. I just took this kid. I would make jokes out of it. I was also never the type of person who looked at a kid that was acting out and thought, oh my God, what a bad reflection on the parents. I'm not that parent. Me and Sage were in a store not too long ago, probably like a year ago, maybe 2 years ago. We were in TJ Maxx. And there was this kid that was really acting out. And the mother is smacking his butt. And I'm getting madder and madder and madder. I said, Sage, if I don't get out of this store, I'm going to hit this woman. So she said, why? The kid's acting up. I said, your kid is acting up. You don't hit them. Hitting a child and then telling them they shouldn't hit someone else, that's not how you teach a kid. You teach a kid, explain to them what they're doing wrong, why they're acting like that. Make a joke out of it. Same thing I did with you guys. But do not ever, ever embarrass a kid. Don't hit a kid. You're not teaching them. You know, the only thing that I think is that's right, if your kid is a biter, bite them back. Show them it hurts. They stop biting. That I'm okay with, because you're not going to, break skin or anything. But I never believed in hitting a kid. I think it's wrong. And I've always thought it was wrong. And I wasn't hit as a child. Either was my brother. My parents didn't believe in hitting. They believed in lecturing, which I think was 10 times worse. Just fucking hit me and get it over with. No, we had to sit down for lectures. And so my commentary is I am dead set against people that hit their kids. I don't even believe in spanking. I'm one of these people that hitting doesn't equate to anything. You can't hit a kid and then tell them you're not allowed to hit Johnny in school. Well, why not? You hit me, why can't I hit them? That kind of thing. Like, so just understand that is my point of view. I'm not judging anyone in here that may smack their kids, whatever. I am just not one of them. So that's where my commentary is coming from, just so everyone knows. All right. Punishment has to fit the crime. But, parents get mad, they react, they do things. I'm not judging anybody. I'm just saying that it's just not me. I punish my kids, all three of them combined, like maybe one time. I think they each got punished once. And Dayton, I once screamed at the top of my lungs at because he wouldn't go to football and he pissed me off. But I just was not raised like that. All right. I say I'm disappointed in it. Yeah, that never works. I told Sage I was going to take a phone. She goes, you can't because I bought it. I could still take it. You live in my house. She's like, nope, you can't take it because it's mine. I paid for it. I go, you don't pay the bill. She goes, either do you. So I said, whatever. I mean, all three kids turned out really well. So, all right. So this is like the first half of it.
So Adam would sleep in the driver's seat. I slept in the passenger seat. And Harmony was behind the passenger seat. And the baby, Declan, was in the middle. And Seamus was behind the driver's seat.
Kayla, I asked you earlier about whether Harmony was potty trained when you got custody of her. And I believe you said she was.
Yes.
Did that change at some point after the eviction?
Yes.
And tell the jury about that. What happened to Harmony?
She wouldn't let us know when she had to use the bathroom. And so she was peeing in the car, just in her seat that she was sitting in. And she wouldn't tell us that she had to use the bathroom.
Was she only peeing or was she having other accidents at the time?
She was also pooping.
Okay, now, if you get custody of a child who was potty trained and now she's not, you might want to take a few minutes to say, honey, what's wrong? Scared the shit out of me. Hold on. Might want to say, honey, I'm sorry. Do you want to see someone? There's a problem. Obviously, I'm doing something. You're trying to get attention. Let me just say this, Rhonda, the whole drug thing, I'm sorry. I have been on some heavy, hardcore drugs. Granted, not around my kids, but I have been on some heavy, hardcore drugs. And my friends' kids have annoyed the shit out of me. And not once did I ever want to beat the fuck out of them. And I've been high as a kite around kids, not my own, but these weren't her kids either. So, I don't think that being on drugs is an excuse. I just don't.
How frequently was this occurring for Harmony?
A lot. Like at least every day.
And did those accidents, did they increase in frequency the longer you were in that car?
Yes.
How was the defendant responding when she had these accidents?
Getting angry.
Would he do anything physically to her when she had accidents?
Yeah, he would smack her.
And what does that mean that he would smack her?
He would smack her in the face or on her leg or in her hand.
Were these soft smacks,
No.
hard smacks, or something else?
They were like hurt, stung smacks.
What makes you say hurt, stung smacks?
Because she would cry. during, like, whenever she got smacked by him.
And yet, this dumb bitch did nothing. You see him hitting her for no reason, and you did nothing. You are just as culpable as he is.
And I could hear it, and it sounds like it hurt.
I'm sorry, you could hear the crying or you could hear the smack?
Smack. And the crying.
When you say she was crying, who's she?
Harmony.
Those strikes, were they manifesting in any way on Harmony?
Yes.
How were they manifesting on her?
The more accidents she had, the more he would get angry, and he would hit her repetitively.
Was the defendant causing visible injuries to Harmony?
Yes.
I'm sorry?
Yes.
And tell us about those injuries.
When he would hit her, she started getting black eyes and bruises on her face, on her legs.
This is a child that did not ask for this, an innocent child that did nothing to deserve this, and this dumb bitch sat there and allowed it. I'm sorry, I don't think he hit her hard enough. He should have fucking killed her, not Harmony. Just saying.
Yeah.
Did you ever see her bleed as a result of being struck by him?
No, I didn't see that.
Did you ever see the defendant attempt to cover Harmony?
Yes.
And can you tell the jurors how he did that?
He would cover her with the comforter that we had in the car
Why would he cover her?
so nobody could see her.
How often would he cover Harmony?
All the time. Anytime that we had interference with anybody, no matter who it was.
Was this only when you went out in public, or was it when you were still in that parking lot, or both?
Both.
Kayla, were you involved in an accident, a car accident on November 29th of 2019?
Yes.
And I want to turn your attention to that day. Who were you with that day?
Tabitha, Scott,
Who else was in the vehicle during that accident?
Adam, myself, Harmony, and the two boys.
Who was driving?
Adam.
That Sebring, did you regularly drive it? Did you drive it at all?
Yeah, I didn't drive it, but he did. He had the license. I did not.
You didn't have a license at the time.
No.
So you said that Adam was driving, the defendant was driving the vehicle. Where were you in position to the rest of the people in the vehicle?
I was sitting with Harmony in the back seat behind the passenger side.
And where was Harmony?
Next to me and Declan. She was in between.
And where was Seamus?
In his car seat on the other side of Declan.
Would that have been behind the driver's seat?
Yes.
You mentioned the Tabitha Scott.
Yes.
Who was she to you?
She's been one of my friends for a long time.
And she was in the car with you that day?
Yes.
Where was she seated?
Now, I said this to Crystal earlier. I don't know if she's high or if she's trying to put on an act. And that act is that I'm just an innocent victim. And, it wasn't my fault. And he beat me too, kind of like that two from Canada, the one that, raped her own sister. Kayla, another Kayla. That's funny. Another Kayla. The Barbie and Ken murders. Ken rapist. she pulled the same shit.
In the passenger seat.
And what was Tabitha Scott doing with you that day?
We were going to get drugs.
And can you just walk us through the accident, how it occurred?
There was a stop sign, and it was a intersection. There was a stop sign. It was a four-way intersection, and there was a truck that went through their stop sign, and we already had stopped, so we were going, and ended up hitting that car, the truck.
Did law enforcement respond to that accident?
Yes.
Did you see an officer?
Yes.
Were the officers able to see Harmony?
No.
Tell the jurors why not.
Adam didn't want the officers to see her because she had black eyes. So she was covered with a blanket.
And the officers should also be on trial because they never double checked. There's an accident. You're not going to look under a blanket? I'd like to know why they're not charged. Harmony would still be alive if the cops did their damn job. So once again, we have a case where a lot of people failed her. And if they didn't fail her, she would still be alive.
Were there other people, specific individuals that he would cover Harmony up and keep her hidden from?
Yes.
And tell us who those individuals were.
It was Anthony Madero. And when Tabby was in the car, she didn't look at her. She didn't see her. But she knew she was in the car.
Kayla, so this accident occurred on November 29th.
Yes.
I want to turn your attention to December 7th of 2019.
Yeah.
Does that day stand out to you?
Yes.
Why?
It's the day that Harmony passed away.
The day that Harmony passed away?
Yeah.
Were you still living in the car at that point?
Yes.
Were you still sleeping in the Colonial Village parking lot?
Yes.
You mentioned Harmony having accidents and then becoming more frequent at that point. On December 7th, was she still having those accidents?
Yes.
And had they increased in frequency?
Yes.
Did Harmony have an accident first thing in the morning?
Yes.
And that would have been before you started your day?
Yes.
What happened when she had that accident?
Adam repetitively kept punching her in the head.
Okay. So I want to break that up. That morning, where did you wake up?
At Colonial Village.
And what happened first thing in the morning that morning?
We went to the methadone clinic.
And before you left for the methadone clinic, did Harmony have an accident?
Yes.
And what did the defendant do before you went to the methadone clinic? What did the defendant do to Harmony after that accident?
He was yelling and screaming at her and punching her in the head.
How did she react to that?
She was crying.
All right, as far as her tears go, I do believe her tears are real. She's now sober. She lost her husband. She may never see her kids again. And she's in deep shit. So even though she got a deal and she's going to be out, she's got to live with this the rest of her life. And all she's had is time to think while she's in prison. So I absolutely think those tears are real.
You mentioned the methadone clinic. Was that Habit Opco?
Yes.
And what did you do at the methadone clinic that morning?
Got my dose of methadone and Adam got his also.
And do you remember who went in first?
No, I don't remember who went first.
Your Honor, may I approach?
Yes.
Kayla, I'm handing you what's been marked for identification. It states Exhibit 89.
Okay.
I'm just going to ask that you review the second page. And this page, paying carefully. The jurors through in as much detail as you can what happened on your route from Habit Opco to that Burger King.
Adam was getting really angry from Harmony peeing in the car, and he repetitively kept punching her on the way to Burger King, and there were a couple red lights, and when we were at red lights he would go over the driver's seat, like in between the passenger seat, and he was just punching her repetitively in the head.
And you've said there were several times where he punched her repetitively in the head.
And what I have a hard time with, her kids were also in that car. So your kids are watching this man, their stepfather, beat the shit out of this girl, and none of you say a word. None of you. The boys don't try to protect her. Nobody says a word. Make it make sense.
Yes.
How many times did he hit her?
I can't count. I don't know.
Were you counting?
No, I wasn't.
How many lights did that car come to where he repetitively struck her?
At least 2 or 3.
Between Habit Opco and the Burger King, did the defendant say anything to Harmony?
Told her to shut the fuck up. Stop crying.
You said she was making a weird noise.
Yes.
Can you describe it?
It was like I can't even describe it. It was like a moaning kind of noise, but crying. It was just weird. I can't explain it.
Did you try to help Harmony while he was striking her?
Yes.
Tell the jurors what you did to help, to try to help.
I put my arm up and said to stop, but he looks at me and he gave me.
She's the stepmom, not the biological mom. Her and the father won custody.
This look that was like evil. It's his crazy eyes. I didn't like it, and I couldn't stop him from hitting her, because the look that he gave me was scary. I was scared.
What were you feeling when he looked at you like that?
Like he was either gonna hit me or just.
I know hindsight's 20/20, but if it's me or a little girl, hit me. I would take that hit instead of that innocent little girl, because she could handle it. The little girl couldn't.
I don't know. It was weird. And that was like one of the first times that I've seen him look at me like that.
Was it the last time you saw him look at you like that?
No.
And we'll talk about that more. But I want to focus on this drive. You said that Harmony's crying. She's making this weird noise.
Yeah.
Where was she in the vehicle?
She was behind the passenger seat.
And who was in front of her in that car?
I was.
You described the defendant almost coming over the seat.
Yes.
Was he still driving at that point?
Some, like, kind of. Like, between the red lights, and it definitely at the red lights. I remember that.
How was he striking her?
By punching her in the head.
Where were your other two children at that time?
In the back seat.
What were they doing?
They had no idea what was going on.
How old were they?
Seamus was about 2.
This is just laying down the groundwork. Wait till you guys hear what he did with his own flesh and blood. That's coming up. This is like nothing.
2.5, and Declan was 11 months old.
Did you look back at Harmony at any point?
No,
Why not?
because I was scared.
What were you scared of?
If Adam was going to say something, or if he hurt her really bad, it was going to look really bad.
You were scared of what Harmony would look like? That attempt to intervene, were you successful in that?
No,
Did he stop after that?
shortly after that,
Shortly after that. Did he say anything to you when he stopped?
he said he thinks that he really hurt her. And he felt something.
Okay. Let's do a poll here. If you kick the shit, if you're a grown man and you're constantly hitting a little girl who weighs 35 pounds, what do you think's going to happen? Do you think you're not going to really hurt her? Because if you didn't want to hurt her, maybe you shouldn't have fucking hit her in the first place. I mean, this isn't, you don't have to be a rocket scientist to figure this one out.
When he said that he thinks he really hurt her, where was the vehicle at that point?
Let me also state, Harmony Montgomery's body has still not been discovered. So the reason why she got off most likely is because, one, they thought that she would lead them to the body, maybe, but without her testimony, they had nothing. They couldn't prove that he did anything. They needed her testimony to convict him.
At Burger King?
At the Burger King?
Yes.
And what did the defendant do after he stopped hitting Harmony, after he said, I think I really hurt her?
Nothing.
Did you order food from Burger King?
Yes.
Where was Adam when you were ordering food from Burger King?
In the driver's seat.
Many believe that she doesn't know. She doesn't know where the body is, and you'll hear that in a few minutes. I'm going to skip up to part 2.
Did you go inside to the Burger King or something else?
No. I don't remember going in there.
Did you go through the drive-thru?
Yes.
And so who ordered the food?
Adam did.
And what did you do with the food that he had ordered?
Ate it, gave some to the kids
Where were you when you ate the food?
in the parking lot
Which parking lot?
of Burger King.
Sitting next to a dead body and you're just feeding them lunch like it's no big deal. Okay.
Now, the kids were behind you at that point.
Yes.
Is that what you testified to?
Yes.
And who gave them food?
I did.
Did you see Harmony when you were giving them food?
No.
Why not?
Because she was under the blanket.
Who put her under the blanket?
Adam.
That's the same blanket that you mentioned earlier.
Yes.
The same blanket he would cover her with?
Yes.
Where did you go from the Burger King parking lot, Kayla?
Went back to Colonial Village
And how did you get there?
with the vehicle, Adam driving.
Was Harmony still under the blanket when you arrived at Colonial Village?
Yes.
And that moaning that you mentioned, that weird noise that she was making, was she still making it?
No.
How long did that noise that she was making last?
I don't remember. It wasn't. I don't remember. I don't remember if it was too long. I don't remember if it was after we were at Colonial Village for a little bit. Or if
Because think about this for a second. You believe that you hurt your child. So don't take her to the hospital. Go to Burger King. Makes perfect sense. Even in the mind of a psychopath, I can't make sense of that. Take her to the hospital. You just say, "Oh my God, I think I hurt her. I think I hurt her bad. So let's just wait for her to die."
it was before.
That moaning, did it eventually stop?
Yes.
Did you check on Harmony at any point after the moaning stopped?
No.
Did Adam?
No.
Why didn't you check on her?
Because I was scared.
When you arrived at the Colonial Village parking lot, when you arrived back there, what did you and the defendant do?
We got drugs and got high.
When you say we got drugs and got high, what drugs did you get, Kayla?
Heroin and crack.
And how long did you use those drugs for in that parking lot?
Probably we were there for.
See, the lawyer was pretty sneaky there because the lawyer said, "How long was he doing those drugs? Not how long were you both doing those drugs?" That was kind of sneaky because he should have said, "How long were you both doing the drugs?" But no, he put it all on Adam. It's her attorney.
Probably 10 or 15 minutes.
Where did you go from the Colonial Village parking lot?
I don't remember where we were going, but I know we left.
You left at some point.
Yes.
And what happened when you left the parking lot?
We made it.
No, I thought her attorney goes first. I thought this was her attorney. Usually her attorney goes first, not the prosecution. But I mean, I could be wrong.
To the next street over, going towards Elm Street, and the car died when we got to the traffic light, and it wouldn't start or anything, and so we were stuck without a vehicle.
What was the defendant doing when the car died?
He was trying to press trying to get a jump, and there was no jumping the vehicle, and so we had.
Okay, guys, listen to chat, not me. Kayla's a witness. This is Adam's trial. She doesn't have a lawyer there. Thank you, chat. Sometimes you got to phone a friend.
Ended up having to leave it, and when we were getting out of the car and getting the kids out of the car, Harmony had passed away.
Let's talk about that. When you say Harmony had passed away, when did you realize that Harmony had passed away?
When Adam was trying to wake her up and she didn't reply or anything.
Was he saying things to her to try to wake her up?
Yeah, he said Harmony, and he kept saying baby girl, like, and trying to budge her, and there was nothing.
Was he touching her?
So he calls her baby girl. Honey, wake up. Baby girl, wake up. Really? Really? This was after.
Don't say baby girl, honey, in your contact.
Siri got me. But why didn't you take her to the doctor? Instead, you went to Burger King, and now you're wondering why she's dead? Okay.
Yes.
What was he doing to her body at that point?
Trying to figure out what to do and getting all the kids out of the car. He took the duffel bag that was in the trunk and and put her in the duffel bag.
You mentioned this duffel bag from the trunk.
Yeah.
Had you seen that duffel bag before, Kayla? What was it used
Yes.
for?
When we got kicked out of the house, we put clothes in there for everybody. And it was in the trunk of the car.
Did you see him put Harmony in that duffel bag?
Yes.
How did he put her in there, Kayla?
He like folded her in half and put her in the double bag.
Did he call 911 at any point?
No.
Did you?
No.
And when you saw him put her in that duffel bag, did you attempt to get away, to run?
No.
Why not?
They had the two other kids and I was scared.
Scared of?
That something would happen to me or Adam and the kids.
Yep, you guys heard that right. He took his own flesh and blood, knowing she was dead, folded her in half, and put her in a duffel bag. But that's only the beginning. Just wait.
You said you saw him put her in that duffel bag, fold her up and put her in there.
Yes.
What did her face look like when you saw her go into that bag?
It was all black and blue, and her face was puffy. Her eyes were puffy.
Did he say anything to you after he put her in that duffel bag?
I don't remember.
What did you do after he put her in the duffel bag?
We took the kids and we walked back to Colonial Village.
What did you do once you arrived at Colonial Village?
Put the bag in the snowbank so Anthony wouldn't see it.
I'm sorry, so that who wouldn't see it, Kayla?
Anthony.
That's Anthony Badero.
Yes.
Where was this snowbank that you put? And sorry, let me clarify. Who put her in a snowbank?
Adam.
Where was that snowbank that he put her in?
In the embankment from the parking lot.
What was around that snow embankment?
A dumpster. And cars and snow.
You said he put it in there so that Anthony Badero wouldn't see.
Yeah.
What did the defendant do after he put that duffel bag in the snowbank?
Left her there. And we got a ride from Bodero to get the stuff out of our car.
And where was your car at that point?
It was at that street. We ended up leaving it, and when we came to the car, it was already getting towed.
So Mr. Badero gave you a ride back to your vehicle.
Yes.
Were you able to get belongings out of the vehicle?
Yes.
And who did that? Who got those items out?
Adam and myself.
That vehicle was your home at the time.
Yes.
What did you do after that in terms of a shelter?
Bodero let us sleep in his car for the weekend until I figured something out.
Just for the weekend?
Yeah.
Is that what you had asked him for? Or is that what he said, just for the weekend?
That's what he said.
And what kind of vehicle did Mr. Badero have?
An Audi.
Do you remember what color it was?
Blue.
His car.
Yes, the battery died.
What, full and jump in the car?
Yes.
And what were you doing while that was going on?
I was in the car with the kids.
Where was Miss Frayne?
Outside of the car with
Where-
Adam.
I was going to ask, where was the defendant? Where was Harmony at that point when the car was being jumped?
In the trunk of the car.
What did you and the defendant do for food during your time in Mr. Badero's car?
Bodero bought us pizza and brought it down to the car.
You mentioned being there for 2 nights.
Yes.
And the first night the battery died.
Yeah, we got pizza.
And did you leave Mr. Badero's vehicle after that weekend?
Yes.
After those 2 nights you left?
Yes.
And can you tell the jurors where you went?
Yes.
Your Honor, at this point I move to strike ID and mark as full. State's Exhibit 20 to your aunt's house. Kayla, if you can take a look at Exhibit 20, 26, and 27, what's been marked as ID for 26 and 27. And
So that she could talk to my mother so that she'll let us stay at her place.
what's your mother's name?
Christina Lubin.
So if I understand, you wanted your aunt to talk to your mother.
Yeah.
Did you end up seeing your mother that day?
Yes.
How did you come to see her that day?
She came to pick us all up, myself, Adam, and the kids, the 2 boys,
Where was Harmony at that point?
in a duffel bag.
And how did your mother pick you up? How did she arrive at your aunt's home?
She came in her van.
And what happened to that bag that Harmony was in when your mother came to pick you up?
We put it in the van.
And when you say we put it in the van, who put it in the van?
Adam.
How long did Harmony's body stay in the van?
Does anyone find it odd that her mother didn't ask where Harmony was? What part did her mother play? Did she tell her mom what was going on? Did she use that time to get away from Adam? To tell Adam, to tell on Adam or tell on Harmony? Nope, she sure didn't. Not that we know of.
Probably about 5 to 10 minutes.
Was it in there while you were traveling somewhere?
Yes,
Where were you going?
to my mother's place.
Did the defendant keep Harmony's body in the van?
For the drive, yes.
What did he do with Harmony's body when you arrived at your mother's home?
He took it out of the van and put her on the side near the trash at first until he figured out where to put her.
And what did he figure out in terms of where to put her?
There was a cooler in the hall walkway that the residents used to get in and out of the building, and it was on my mom's floor level in the hallway. And he put the he put the duffel bag in the cooler.
And what was in the duffel bag at that point?
Harmony.
So he removed her from the trash. And he put her in this cooler.
Yes.
Her body was still in the duffel bag at that point.
Yes.
Can I approach her?
Yes, you may.
And ma'am, can you-
Yes, you may.
Full times a day
Where was the cooler kept?
in the hallway.
Was that your mother's hallway, or was it?
It was access to everybody who lived in the building, but
So everyone who lived in the building had access to this hallway. Not one person smelled a decaying body. Not one person did anything. Not one person thought to look, why is he putting a duffel bag into a cooler? And all these people had access, and not one person smelled it or opened the door, and her mom never questioned it. Okay.
it was on the level of my mom's apartment.
And tell us about that hallway. What else was kept there?
I don't remember.
Were there other items in that hallway?
I don't remember.
Where did you go after living with your mother?
To the FIT shelter, families in transition.
And when you moved to the families in transition shelter, is that FIT, the FIT shelter?
Yes.
When you moved to the FIT shelter, where was Harmony's body?
Adam put her in the ceiling, in the vent of the room that we stayed in.
You put a fucking child in the ceiling, in the fucking ceiling, and you did not run. You didn't run. You put drugs in the fucking ceiling. You don't put a child in the ceiling. And you certainly don't put a fucking dead child in the ceiling.
What room did he stay in while you lived with the families in transition? The families in transition shelter, Kayla.
It was the first room. It was room 1.
And how did he access the ceiling to store her in there?
He used the bunk bed and climbed up in the ceiling.
Was there something that allowed him to access the ceiling that was above that bunk bed?
There was a vent.
And who slept under that vent?
The kids.
Where did the defendant sleep?
We all slept on the floor on the mattresses.
So, Kayla, I'm showing you what's been previously marked for identification of States Exhibit 30 through 34. Can you please look at each of these items in turn and describe what's depicted?
This is the outside of the family shelter.
And that's States Exhibit 30.
And this is the
I read somewhere the prosecutors are having a hard time with this.
door to room 1, and next to it is the second room.
And that's Exhibit 30.
And this is the room.
I'm just going to ask to move it a little away from the microphone. Thank you.
And when you say this is the room, whose room was that?
It was the room that we stayed in.
And that setup, the way the room is set up, is that similar to how it was when you lived there?
Yes.
And that's States Exhibit 32. Let's go to States Exhibit 33. What is depicted there?
The vent above the bed.
And what happened with that vent?
Adam moved it. Ceiling.
Now, did you ever touch that vent, Kayla?
No.
And States Exhibit 34?
It's the vent.
Are those fair and accurate representations? Is that consistent with your memory of what those items looked like?
Yes.
Your Honor, at this point, I move to strike ID and mark as full States Exhibit 30 through 34.
Any objection?
Only through 34.
All right, the idea is stricken. Those are entered as full exhibits and maybe.
Adam from out of the ceiling. And brought the bag in the bathroom.
And what happened when Adam brought Harmony down from the ceiling?
Trigger warning. Big trigger warning. What you're about to hear is some of the sickest shit you've ever heard in a live trial on my channel.
That she was starting to smell and there was fluid leaking.
So you smelled her. And did you see the fluid?
No, I didn't see it.
How do you know about the fluid that was leaking?
Adam said that.
What did he say?
He said that there was blood up in the ceiling and fluid.
And so what did he do with that duffel bag containing Harmony after he removed her from the ceiling because of maintenance?
He put her in a trash bag.
I'm showing you it's been marked as States Exhibit 52 for identification.
Yes.
Kayla, do you recognize the item?
You guys see that? Prosecutor's hand was like shaking.
That's depicted in this image?
Yes.
What is that?
The CMC diaper bag.
Is that a fair and accurate representation of the CMC diaper bag?
Yes.
And how about State's Exhibit 53?
Yes.
Is that a fair and accurate representation
Yes.
of the item that's depicted?
Yes.
And what is that item?
It's the bag that Adam put Harmony in.
So you mentioned garbage bags that he put her in.
Yes.
What did he put those garbage bags into, if anything?
He put the garbage bags inside that bag.
So, Your Honor, at this point, I move to strike ID.
Okay. Howie, as much as I agree with you, the flip side of that is all she had to do was put Harmony in a diaper. If she kept peeing, then put Harmony in a diaper. Plain and simple. Problem solved. She had a 2-year-old and she had a baby. So there were diapers there. Harmony was tiny. Just put her in a diaper to keep Adam happy. If she was so afraid of Adam and all these other things, stick her in a fucking diaper. Done. All of this could have been avoided.
Strike what's been marked as ID and mark as full States Exhibit 52 and 53.
An objection?
And I move to publish. Sorry.
52 and 53, the ID is stricken. They're entered as full exhibits and they may be published to the jury.
Thank you.
Her biological father beat the shit out of her. That's how she died. Kayla had a baby girl after the 2 boys. Amazing. The 2 boys were Adam's, though, right? They were Adam's kids?
Kayla, how did Harmony's body fit into this bag?
Adam squished her in it.
I'm sorry, can you say that a little bit louder?
Adam squished her into the bag.
Kayla, I'm showing you it's been marked for identification as States Exhibit 85. Do you recognize this?
Yes.
Is this similar to that CMC bag?
Yes.
Is it in fact identical to that CMC bag?
Yes.
Your Honor, at this point, I move to strike the ID of States Exhibit 85 and mark as full and publish to the jury.
An objection?
No objection.
The ID is stricken. It's entered as full exhibit.
So the defendant put Harmony into garbage bags and he squished her into a bag like this one.
Yes.
And this again was at the fundraising transition shelter.
Yes.
Where did he do that to her?
In the bathroom of the room that we stayed in.
Were you in the bathroom with him when he did that?
No.
Did you hear anything when he was doing that to her in the bathroom?
I heard a loud bang.
Could you see what was going on in there?
No.
You mentioned the defendant stuffing Harmony into the duffel bag
Yes.
at that intersection in the car guide.
Yes.
And then you mentioned him squishing her into this bag.
Yes.
Did she fill that bag, that CMC bag that you just saw?
Yes.
Her body filled that bag?
Yes.
And what did he do with the bag after he put her in there?
He put her back in the ceiling.
You mentioned being at the Families in Transition shelter for a month and a half.
Yes.
During that time, did the defendant begin discussing disposing of Harmony, getting rid of her body?
No.
At some point, did he begin discussing disposing of Harmony, getting rid of her body?
Yes.
And what was his plan? What was his idea for getting rid of her?
to use lime. And dismember her.
What did he believe that lime would do if he used it on her body?
Niece, people call in shows all the time and they're lying.
Speculation unless it's
Did the,
The objection is sustained. So you can rephrase the question, please.
did the defendant tell you what he believed lime would do if he used it on Harmony's body?
Yes,
What did he tell you?
that it will help decay her body.
That it would help decay her body?
Yes,
Did he tell you what he believed dismembering her would do?
no,
But he told you that that was his plan?
yes.
Counsel, can you approach for just a minute?
And come to think of it, niece, that's a blatant lie. Because nowhere in her testimony did it say anything about giving her drugs. So that's a total lie. Okay, now we go to part 2. But yeah, come to think of it, that the person that called in is a total liar. You forgot the survey about likes? All right, hold on. I'll do it after this plays. Yeah, if you watch her testimony, it's a blatant lie. According to her testimony, they didn't even get drugs until after he beat the shit out of her. So yeah, I'm not buying that. That doesn't even coexist with her testimony. Her testimony never once said anything about drugs. So yeah, that's a total lie.
Earlier, you mentioned the defendant talking about lying, the idea that what was his idea? What was his purpose of using lime?
That it would help her body decay.
That's what he told you?
Yes,
Kayla, I'm showing you it's been marked for identification as State's Exhibit 62.
No, but niece said the caller was someone in the courthouse, which is a blatant lie because the courts didn't hear anything that we didn't hear of already. Like, it's not like they had some secret behind the scenes testimony. It's a lie. Somebody that wanted to sound important when they call in.
Do you recognize this item?
yes.
And what can you tell me about this item? Do you recognize anything, particular markings on this item?
The bag of lime on the left side is similar to the one that he had.
When you say it's similar to the one that he had, who's he? Who's the he that you're
Adam.
referring to?
Adam.
Yes, they get high, but Harmony wasn't high. She would have said it already. You know what I'm saying?
And is there a circle around that bag?
Yes,
And is there writing underneath it?
yes.
Do you recognize that writing?
It's my initials.
Is this an accurate representation of the item that you circled and initialed?
Yes,
Did you write those initials?
yes,
Did you circle this item?
yes.
Why'd you do that?
To let it be known that that's the item that was similar to the one that he had.
Your Honor, I move to strike ID and mark as full and publish State's Exhibit 62.
Any objection?
No, Your Honor.
All right, the ID is stricken. It's entered as a full exhibit and it may be published.
Kayla, who were you with when you circled this bag of lime?
Detective Dunleavy and Riley.
Is that Max Redhill?
Yeah, that
Another
one.
detective?
Yeah.
So you're with law enforcement.
Yes.
And they asked you if you could identify. Have you seen?
I'm sorry, objection sustained.
Have you seen a bag of lime in your Union Street apartment?
Yes.
Where was that bag of lime located in your Union Street apartment?
In the bathroom.
Do you know how that bag of lime got there?
No.
Did you buy that bag of lime?
No.
When you saw that bag of lime in the bathroom of Union Street, what was going on in that bathroom at the time?
Adam was trying to thaw her body.
When you say Adam was trying to thaw her body, what was he doing specifically?
Taking the clothes off of her. And putting her in the bag of lime.
And when he was trying to thaw her body, where was Harmony's body at the time?
In the bathtub.
How does she know this if she never went in the bathroom?
And that's when you saw the bag of lime?
Yes.
Did you see Harmony's body in the bathtub?
Yes.
I want you to tell the jurors what you saw of her body in that bathtub.
I saw Harmony in the bathtub. Still folded together the same way that she was left in the bag when we took her out of the car. And she just looked like she had just barely any skin, like she was just a layer of skin and bone. And she was all bruised up.
And what was the defendant doing to thaw her?
He had the hot water running from the shower.
And where was the hot water running in the shower?
In the bathroom.
Where was the hot water running in relation to Harmony's body?
Union Street apartment.
Harmony's body, where was it in the Union Street apartment?
In the tub.
Was the hot water touching her?
Yes.
He was running it over her?
Yes.
And what was he doing to Harmony's body during this process?
Taking the clothes off of her.
Was he touching her at all during that process?
Yes.
Tell us how he was touching her.
He was cutting the clothes off of her and just thawing her.
Did he tell you to help him at some point?
Yes.
Did you obey him?
Yes.
Why?
Because I was scared.
How did you help him?
I helped him take the clothes off of her.
How did he take the clothes off of her?
By cutting it with scissors.
What did he do with her body after he cut the clothes off of her?
Put her in the bag of lime.
You mentioned these clothes. What clothes was she wearing when he put her into that tub?
She had a hoodie on. And she had her leggings on. That's
Did you leave that bathroom at some point while he was in there?
yeah,
Why? Why'd you leave the bathroom?
because I needed to check on the kids, and I couldn't be in there anymore.
And let's talk about that. What do you mean you couldn't be there and in there anymore?
Because I couldn't handle it. I didn't want to see anything.
How long was he in the bathroom for that day?
A few hours.
And that was with Harmony's body?
Yes.
At some point, did he close the door to the bathroom?
Yes.
Were you able to hear what he was doing in there?
No.
Were you able to? Why weren't you able to hear what he was doing in there?
Because our neighbor next door always had loud music playing, and I couldn't tell what noises were happening.
You mentioned a shower being on earlier.
Yes.
Did that shower stay on after you left the bathroom?
It was on when I left the bathroom, yes.
And did it stay on? Did he leave it on?
Yes.
Did he take breaks from what he was doing in the bathroom at any point?
No.
Did he leave the bathroom at any point?
No.
How many bags did you see in the bathroom with him?
3.
And what was happening with each of those bags?
He had lime in the bags.
So one of the bags was a bag of lime.
Yes.
Was it a large bag or a small bag?
The bags that he was putting them in were large trash bags.
The bag that contained the lime, was that a large bag or a small bag?
It was a large bag.
A large bag of lime?
Yes.
You said that he was putting that lime into a bag.
Yes.
Was there anything else in the bag when he was putting the lime in?
No.
Did you see Harmony's body go into the bag?
No.
What happened to Harmony's body after it was in the bathtub?
It was in the CMC bag.
What did he do with the CMC bag?
Put Harmony in it.
What did he do with the lime that was in the bathroom?
It was in the big trash bags.
The lime was in the big trash bags?
Well, I know he put the lime in trash bags, but I didn't see that bag after.
Which bag did you not see after
The
that?
lime bag.
Did he also add lime to the CMC bag?
Yes.
Was he talking to you during this process?
No.
He was working.
Yeah.
At any point, did you see him remove Harmony's body from the bathtub?
No.
You mentioned earlier that he put Harmony's body back into the CMC bag.
Yes.
How do you know that he did that?
Because he put the bag back in the freezer after.
You mentioned garbage bags.
Yes.
What was he doing with the garbage bags in that bathroom?
He had the big garbage bags put in the CMC bag and had the lime in the bag.
And that clothing that you mentioned, You used scissors to cut off her clothing.
Yes.
What happened to her clothing? What happened to Harmony's clothes?
It was put in a trash bag.
Was anything else put into that trash bag with her or with the clothes?
Not that the duffel bag.
So you saw the duffel bag again after the fit shelter.
Yes.
And that trash bag that the duffel bag went into, that the clothes went into, what happened to that trash bag?
I don't know.
Did the defendant tell you what he planned to do with that trash bag?
Throw them away.
Did he tell you specifically where he was going to throw it away?
He just said he wasn't going to leave them in our trash area. He was going to bring them somewhere.
Did he say why he wasn't going to leave them in your trash?
So that there's no evidence.
Do you recall telling investigators that when you saw Harmony in the bathtub, the defendant was squishing the liquids out of her?
No.
You mentioned earlier the defendant talked about dismembering Harmony.
Yes.
Did he do that in the bathroom?
I don't know.
That conversation about dismembering Harmony, conversation about using the tools, how close in time was that to the steps, the actions the defendant took in the bathroom?
Well, I know that the conversation with the tool happened when I lived with my mother.
Okay.
We were staying at my mother's house. And by the time that he was trying to, I don't even know what he did, but it was a few months after.
You mentioned earlier that the defendant squished Harmony at the fit shelter. He squished Harmony into that CMC bag.
Yes.
You said that her body filled that bag.
Yes.
How was he able to add lime to that bag if it was full of Harmony's body?
I don't know.
You don't know what he did in that bathroom.
No.
And I believe you said this already, but what did he do with the bag, the CMC bag, after he was done in the bathroom?
He put it in the freezer.
Did the defendant ultimately dispose of what remained of Harmony's body?
I don't know.
Did he get rid of her body
Not then.
at some point?
Yes.
And so I want to turn your attention to that. At some point, did he have a conversation with you about getting rid of that CMC bag, of getting rid of Harmony's body?
Yes.
And can you tell the jurors what that conversation involved, what he said?
He said that that he wanted to get rid of her body soon because he was scared that if anything ever happened, he was scared of what would happen to him and me and the kids.
And what steps did the defendant take to get rid of that CMC bag that had Harmony's body in it?
He got in touch with an old friend of his,
Do you remember that old friend's name?
Travis Beach.
Did you know Travis Beach at the time?
No,
Had you met him before?
no.
Do you know how the defendant got in touch with Travis Beach?
I don't know who reached out to who, but I knew it was about selling a gun.
And did Travis Beach ever come to your apartment?
Yes,
Did he come to your apartment with a female?
yes.
Do you know that female's name?
Brittany.
And is that Brittany Bedard?
Yes.
Your Honor, maybe you've heard.
Yes?
Ms. Montgomery, you mentioned a Brittany coming to your house.
Yeah.
Do you recognize the person that's depicted in this image? And I should say for the record, I'm showing Kayla what's been marked for identification as States Exhibit 55.
That's Declan.
You recognize the individual in this image?
Yeah.
And you said it's Declan?
Yes.
Who is Declan to you?
My son.
Did Brittany, did she stay at your house for very long?
A couple days.
Okay. And at some point after Travis Beach, Brittany Bedard arrived at your home on Union Street, did you go to a hotel with them?
Yes.
At some point after they came to your house that day, when you went to that hotel with them, did you become aware of a U-Haul?
Yes.
And what was the purpose of this U-Haul?
So that Adam can use it to dispose of Harmony's body.
Do you remember the name of the hotel that you stayed at?
The Econolodge.
And you mentioned not having an ID, not having a license. Whose name was that Econolodge room under?
Brittany.
Did they stay at the Econolodge with you?
Yes.
And were they in the same room as you or a separate room or something else?
Separate room.
When did you first become aware of the U-Haul?
Adam had talked to me about having her rent a U-Haul to use.
Did Adam tell you why he wanted her to rent a U-Haul to use?
Because she has a license. And to have it in somebody else's name.
Why did he want that U-Haul rental in someone else's name?
So that they can't prove that Adam rented it.
Did you see the U-Haul rental at any point?
Yes.
Can you describe the U-Haul rental for the jurors?
The rental U-Haul was a van. Like a van that like people that do painting would use.
So it was a rental van.
Yes.
And I want to back up for just a moment. You said you were at the Econolodge Hotel.
I warned you guys, it got worse.
Was Harmony's body with you in that hotel?
Yes.
Where was that body? Where was Harmony being stored?
In the fridge.
Did the defendant tell you where he planned to dump Harmony's body?
No.
Did he leave with the rental van at some point?
Yes.
Did he leave with the CMC bag at the same time?
Yes.
When did he leave?
It was in the middle of the night.
Did he say anything to you before he left?
No.
Did he tell you what he was doing?
No, but I already knew what he was doing.
And that's because he told you before.
Yes.
Did he tell you specifically why he wasn't telling you where he was going, where he was dumping Harmony?
Yes.
Tell the jurors what he told you.
He said he wasn't telling me where he was bringing her so that if anything like this happened and the cops got involved, that I wouldn't be able to tell. I wouldn't know where she is, so I couldn't tell anybody where she is. Only he would know.
Kayla, where is Harmony's body?
I don't know.
Kayla, where did he dump Harmony?
I don't know.
Did he return to the hotel room?
Yes.
And when did he return?
It was like right before the sun came out
Did he say anything to you when he returned?
that he got rid of her.
That CMC bag, the one that he squished Harmony into,
Yes.
was it still with him?
No.
I want to switch gears, Kayla. I told you we'd get back to this, but I want to talk about the time that you were living in the fit shelter, the time you were living in your apartment on Union Street. At some point during that time frame, early 2020, did the defendant begin to suspect that you were informing on him?
Yes.
Did he suspect that you were informing on him about Harmony?
Sustained.
I'll rephrase.
Thank you.
What did he suspect that you were informing on him about?
About killing Harmony.
And what did he do because of those suspicions?
He started abusing me.
I want to unpack that abuse. Can you tell the jurors what he did to you?
When he would accuse me of talking to police or detectives, he would ask me if I was telling, and I would say no. And he would say just to tell him the truth, and I wouldn't agree, saying that I did. And then because he would end up hitting me, and I finally said that I did, even though I didn't, but he still hurt me anyway.
You said that he ended up hitting you. He would still hurt me anyway.
Yes,
How did he hurt you, Kayla?
by punching me
Where did he punch you?
in the head.
What did he punch you with, Kayla?
His hands,
Open hand, closed fist, something else?
both.
How often did this happen to you? How often did he do this?
Constantly. It just kept happening.
What was it like living with him back then, Kayla?
It was definitely not good.
See, what I personally have a hard time with, I have a hard time with a guy, excuse me, a guy who's an abuser who killed his own daughter wouldn't try to put this off on her. I've never known an abuser to take responsibility. I've never known an abuser that wants to protect his wife. Usually they would put it off on the wife. So I don't know. I just got a weird feeling that something's not right here. Unless he's just happens to be a good guy.
Do you recognize what's depicted in what's marked as States Exhibit 99, Kayla?
Yes, it's me with 2 black eyes.
Is that a fair and accurate representation of you on that day?
Yes,
Do you remember what day this was?
March.
That's exactly my point, BlackRock. Most of them are cowards, and they would want the woman to take the responsibility for it. I'm totally with you there.
17th,
Is that of 2020 or 2021?
2021.
Your Honor, I move to strike the ID mark as full and publish to the jury States Exhibit 99.
Any objection?
Okay.
All right, the idea is stricken. It is entered as a full exhibit. It may be published to the jury.
Kayla, you said that the abuse started in early 2020.
Yes.
You said that this photo was taken in March of 2021.
Yes.
You also said that this was a regular occurrence.
Yes.
From the time that the abuse began until you took this photograph, was it consistent with the defendant? Was he consistently accusing you?
Yes.
Was he consistently hitting you?
Yes.
Was he doing things to items in your house?
Yes.
What was he doing to the items in your house?
Destroying everything.
Why-
Breaking a lot of stuff.
Why was he breaking things, Kayla?
Because he thought that there was microphones in the house. And I was telling on him. And thought there was cameras.
You said that he would hit you, that he would hurt you. Did he also threaten you?
Yes.
Tell the jurors what he said would happen to you.
He said that he would be able to contact his family member, his Uncle Kevin, and have him kill me and cut me in pieces, and nobody would be able to find me.
Did he say why that would happen? Why he would have that done?
If I ended up telling on him
Telling on him about what?
about Harmony being murdered.
What else did the defendant do when he suspected that you were working with the police?
He was very abusive.
During one of those incidents, do you recall trying to call someone for help, trying to get help?
Yes.
And Kayla, let me ask you this. Do you know someone named Roseanne Smith?
Yes.
Who is Roseanne Smith to you?
She was the public transportation for the ride to the clinic.
I want you to tell the jurors about an incident involving Mrs. Smith.
I was going to the methadone clinic and I left without him while he was sleeping because he would tell me we're not going even when our ride showed up, but I ended up going while he was sleeping. And I was getting dropped off and I had a black eye, and Rose saw my black eye, and I asked her if I could use her phone to call somebody so I could call my mom or somebody to help me. And he saw that I was using her phone, and he came and ripped it out of my and her hand. I was handing her back the phone, and he ripped it out of her hand and asked who I was calling. And he was being very aggressive.
And you were trying to call for help.
Yeah.
Do you know someone named Tara Hilbert?
Yes.
Tell the jurors about an incident involving Miss Hilbert.
Adam would tell me that I couldn't leave the house, and I ended up leaving and running out of the house, and I had my daughter in my arms, and I ran to Tara's apartment, which was right next door, and asked her if she could call my mom. And then Adam came out and followed me and put me in a chokehold and said to tell her to not call my mom, to don't make that phone call or else he's gonna hurt me.
Kayla, why couldn't you leave the house?
Because he thought that I was trying to tell on him
And let me ask you this, Kayla. When you left the house, were your two small sons still in the house with him?
Yes,
Why did you only take your daughter?
because she was in my arms. I was already feeding her, and I just ran. I just ran out and to find help, and I could go back and get the kids.
The image that I showed you, you described having bruising, black eyes.
Yeah.
Does that day stand out to you, Kayla?
Yes,
Why does it stand out to you?
because that's the day that I took the kids and left.
Are you still married to the defendant?
Yes,
When did you get married to him?
on Harmony's birthday in 2017.
Do you remember that day, Harmony's birthday?
Yes,
What day was it?
it was June 7th.
And can you tell us that date again that you left him?
It was March 17th, 2021.
Are you aware of whether or not he began a relationship with another individual after you left him?
No.
Do you know someone named Kelsey Small?
Yeah.
Did you ever meet Kelsey Small?
Yes.
Did officers in December of 2021 contact you regarding Harmony being missing?
Yes.
And you mentioned a lie earlier. Did you stick to that lie?
Yes.
I want you to tell the jurors why you stuck to that lie.
Because Adam told me to just stay saying that lie.
And so when they contacted you in December of 2021, you gave them that lie.
Yes.
And after they left you, did you contact Adam?
Yes.
What did he say when you contacted him?
He said not to say anything and to say I want a lawyer and don't tell them where he is.
Where was he at the time?
In Maine.
And did you tell him to get back here?
Yes.
Kayla, do you remember where you were on December 30th, 2021?
I was at the family shelter.
Do you remember going to a Walmart that day?
Yes.
Hey, Kayla, I'm showing you what's been marked as State's Exhibit 65 for identification.
Yeah.
Do you recognize the individuals that are depicted in that image?
It's Kelsey, Adam, and myself.
And can you point to Adam on that image? Is this a fair and accurate representation of you, Kelsey, and Adam at the Walmart on December 30th of 2021?
Yes.
Your Honor, I move to strike ID and mark as full State's Exhibit 65.
Any objection?
Okay.
The ID is stricken. It's entered as a full exhibit. It may be published to the jury.
And you said, you pointed here?
Yes.
That's Adam?
Yes.
Kayla, I'm showing you what's been marked for identification as State's Exhibit 90. I'm just going to ask that you look at each page in turn. Do you recognize the individuals depicted in these images?
Yes, that's Kelsey and me.
I'm sorry, say that again.
Kelsey and me.
Do you see the defendant anywhere in these images?
That's not him. No.
So it's Kelsey and you.
Yeah.
Again, is this the images that are depicted here accurate representations of you and Kelsey that day?
Yes.
Or no, I mean, it says strike ID and Marcus Full States Exhibit 90.
No, I heard something.
I think that's the gist of it. Hold on.
Were you with at the Walmart that day?
It was myself, Kelsey, and Adam.
Kayla, we spoke earlier about your convictions.
Yes.
Yeah, that was pretty much the gist of it. But like I said, one of the sickest things I've ever heard was what he did to his own flesh and blood. That is just crazy. Crazy. So, hang on one second. All right. Um, hold on. So I've been talking to Jonice, and one of the reasons why I didn't stop it during this was because I was talking to her and I was crying. So I apologize. And I'm still talking to her. So she said, hello, everyone. So I told her I would announce this before I ended my live. So while I'm talking to her, let me say this. All right. On March 9th, 1 month from today, her family is doing a fundraiser. And join us. What it says is join us in a wonderful family's time of need. Just before Christmas. I don't know if I can read this without crying, so bear with me. Let me pull it up over here. This way, if I can't do it without crying, you guys can read it. Hang on. All right. I don't know why they're waiting till March 9th, but please join us for a wonderful family's time of need. Just before Christmas, Jonice Oni received the news that her chemo treatments that she was receiving for over 2.5 year long battle with cancer were no longer working. They had to make a very difficult decision to stop treatment. In the last few weeks, Jonice has progressively gotten worse to the point that her family has had to make tough decision to bring in hospice care. This is where I cry. To bring in hospice care to comfort her in her final days, weeks, or months. Please join us to help celebrate this family. if you knew Jonice, you would give her the shirt off her back. She would give you the shirt off her back for anyone. All proceeds go to the family. We'll be having a gun raffle, live auction, 50-50, more to be announced. Follow us on Facebook, Family Benefit for Nathan and Jonice. Okay. So what I told her, and what I told her was, give me, where can people buy t-shirts? So then she was saying, the problem is we don't have money for shipping. I said, you goofy, you up the price so it covers shipping. So she said, oh, see, I don't know what I'm doing. So I'll get all those details. But she said that hundreds of tickets have already been sold. Her high school, because they're doing like raffles, her high school made her, or volleyball, her high school volleyball teacher made her a plaque. So I don't know why they're waiting until March 9th, just my opinion. But yeah. So I got some of the details for the shirt, but let me finalize it. There's Jonice's PayPal link. But this is a lot. But I wanted to share that. And I'm having a hard time with this. So bear with me a moment. That's what I'm saying. She's got to hang around. Yeah, if you live in Ohio, I can get you the details to the actual benefit. They're doing raffle tickets. They're doing a whole bunch of stuff. So I will get you guys more details. I just want to finalize where to get the shirts and I figure like $10 for shipping. But let me finalize everything. But yeah, someone dropped her PayPal. She is now on hospice. Oh, do you, Sergeant Blackrock? That's awesome. But she had said to me, any bit helps. Like anything helps right now because husband's been taking a lot off of work. She has 2 kids, and 11 and 15, I believe. And so, yeah. So I think the shirts are a great idea. But originally she was saying that if you live there locally, 15. I was like, no, you should do 20. Nobody walks around with $15. They're a 20 or a 10 is how you want to do it. All right, it's their name, and they're making them all pre-made, and we don't have to pay them until after the raffle auction is over. Nathan said, good idea. Maybe we can come up with our own saying and design. They're a tiny local company that is literally losing out with helping us. And here's a shirt. Let me see if I can make it bigger. It's very male-oriented shirt. Just saying. Hold on. Let me get a... All right. I want to make it bigger. That's why I'm putting it here. I told her, I said, why don't you let me make the shirts, Goofy? All right. Let me put it over here. So again, you can totally tell a guy designed this. Let me make it bigger. All right. So the back is Cancer Sucks with the blue ribbon hanging on a cross. And then the front says Team Jonice with the same symbol and the cross. Team Jonice and then Cancer Sucks. Totally tell a guy designed it. I know someone was dropping her PayPal. And your choice, I guess, is charcoal or black and royal blue. I think I could do better. Thank you, Amber. All right, so we're dropping Jonice's Cash App and PayPal. And then I'll get confirmation on the shirts. And it's funny, too. I once looked for a cross like that. I couldn't find it. Is there a woman's tee option that is right? It's Total Man's t-shirt. I guess because it's a gun auction, they figure a lot of guys. I mean, honestly, I can make her a girl's one. I don't know cost, though. How cheap I can make it. I mean, I could probably do it cheaper than they're being charged for that. And keep almost the same design, but make it female. And then just send her all the profit. The artwork is fine. It's the cut of the shirt. Oh, no, I agree with you. But even the colors, you could tell a guy designed it. I know, I'm going to create something for her. I'll make a female version. Another QB fun. Let me tell you, Jeanette, I wish I was friends with her right now because I would ask her to promote Jonice. If she can raise this much money, she can help someone who won't live another few months. But I know she wouldn't. Nothing woman really. I know. A total guy shirt. She needs a girl shirt. Let me tell her. Hold on. I've got plenty of guys in the family that would wear it. There you go. I know, Jeanette. She wouldn't give a fucking dime. I don't get it either. I truly don't. Right, Rhonda? She started hospice today, Debbie. I'm having a hard time with it. Because I know my grandmother started hospice. She was gone 2 weeks later. So, but I mean, I guess they expect her to go more than a month because they're not doing the fundraiser till March 9th. So that's kind of good. But I told her she needs to fight it. Fight, fight, fight. No matter what, just fight. You know, and it's like 2 days, and like, I was typing to her before, and it's like one of those things that you just don't know. You wanna get out everything you wanna say just in case it's the last time you ever talk to them. I know that sounds horrible, but that's I'm like, "I love you, I'm so glad we spend time together," like, I'm saying all these things. She is damn greedy, I agree. Thank you, Amber. Two days, oof. There's a hospice in India that has round-the-clock kitchen, lit laundry. They're doing it at her house, though. But I asked her if because I was looking stuff up. I asked her if she was bedbound. She said, "Not so much." She said, "But she only really goes out to doctors." I know, Tony. She does have a channel. It's Jonice L. Pink, you don't remember Jonice? Let me get her channel. Hold on. I don't think she's been on it in a while, though. Oh, oh, you got it? Damn, you guys are fast. I hadn't even looked it up yet. She has rectal cancer that metastasized. I knew she was writing me a book. Jonice, I agree with you. And while I was talking to her before, it just really made me think, there's always somebody that's worse. There's always somebody, like certain things that I need, but she needs more. Hers is more important. Like there's always somebody that's as much as you think you may need something, there's somebody else that needs it that much more. You know what I mean? And I was thinking of that before. And she wrote that. She's like, "I love you so much and you're going through your own cancer crap." Nothing compared to her, though. I do, monkey. Yeah, it's what I was thinking about. Like, whenever you think you have it so bad or that everything is so bad, the person right next to you could have it so much worse, and then you start to appreciate what you do have. Don't compare your stories. I know, but still, not worse, but better. Well, you know what I mean, coffee. Don't be getting all what's the word I'm looking for? Not psychological. Logical. But you know what I mean though. No, I'm not saying that. I'm saying situations. That situations, here I'm thinking my whole world is crashing and I'm under all this pressure and, so on and so forth. But I have time to get through it. She doesn't. You know what I mean? That's the difference. So maybe worse is a bad word, but how dare you be logical? Exactly. You're not allowed to be logical. But you know what I'm saying, though. Hey, Kaylee, I'm okay. Jonice is absolutely best person I've ever got the pleasure in getting to meet and call her family. She is an angel on earth and the sweetest person. 100% agree. 150% agree. So, all right. So I will get more details and hone everything tomorrow. Let me talk to her when I'm not live. And I'm gonna go on her Facebook and get more details. I feel close to Denise. Feels like one of a yeah. I'm telling you, I'm gonna have a really hard time. But I wanted to fight it. Fight. But back to Kayla for a minute. Was that like the sickest thing you've ever fucking heard in your life? Even though he's trying to blame her now after he got caught, I just have a hard time believing that he was so protective of her while it was happening. I mean, fuck, you had a dead child next to your infant son. You had a dead child. Yeah, I'm going to stream it live Monday. I have a dentist appointment. I forgot what time. Now I forgot what time my dentist appointment is. But I know I'm getting a tooth pulled Monday. But she continues testimony Monday. So I definitely want to stream it. I just got to figure out when my I think my dentist appointment is 11:30. I think. I have to look. Yes, I know the defense started questioning. It is a sick case. But I just can't believe he transferred his own flesh and blood all around. It's disgusting. How do you do that? Yeah, now he's only protecting himself. I'm saying from the beginning, like while it was happening, it just seems odd to me that someone like him would try to protect him, try to protect her. Oh no, don't come in the bathroom. You can't see it. Do I believe for 1 second she killed Harmony? No, I don't buy it for 1 second. So I think everybody knows he's lying. Yeah, carried her around like clothes. Didn't give two shits about her. It's fucking crazy. But I really thought that testimony needed to be heard again, just so you can see how horrific this was. And the loser is not even in court. He doesn't want to go to court. I think he should be forced to go to court. He should fucking be forced to sit there and listen to all the details of what he did. The fact that he's not going to court is, yeah, the defense gets into that. Defense is like, you lied to a grand jury. And then she's like, you said you only lied twice. And then they point out like 19 lies. And you lied about this, and you lied about this, and you lied about this, and you lied about this. Pretty intense. One point, he had Kayla walk Harmony's body in a stroller to his job. Of course he did. I couldn't even imagine. I don't know if it will, Rhonda. You just never know. So, all right, I'm going to get off. I've been on 2.5 hours. We will continue this tomorrow with the defense. And I will see you beautiful people tomorrow. And thank you guys for super chats, PayPals, Cash Apps. Support Jonice too. I will, again, I'll have all details tomorrow. And that's it. All right. And we'll go to the defense tomorrow. Because I'm telling you, it's very interesting. It's sick, but it's interesting. All right. I will see you guys later. Peace.